Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about I Used to Be Funny, and this movie came out in 2023, and it's currently on Netflix, and that's how I watched it. And I was fairly disappointed by this movie. I didn't really have any expectations going into it, but I watched it, and the main actress in the film, Rachel Sennott, if I pronounced that correctly, I recognized her because she was in Bodies, 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 which I haven't seen in a while. I remember liking Bodies, 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 but I didn't watch this movie because she was in this movie. I just watched it because I was thinking, like, what should I watch next? And I just saw this and watched it, and it was fine. There were some things that I liked about this movie. I liked the idea for the story. There's some good ideas in this film. None of the performances in this movie stood out as bad to me. And this movie is directed by Ali Panqui. I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce that. And this is her first feature film that she's directed. And it kind of shows. There's nothing really memorable in terms of how this movie's shot, sadly. But at the same time, there's nothing like incompetent in how this movie's presented visually, at the very least. In the first 10 minutes, I was kind of already checked out emotionally, but as the movie went along, it got a bit better. And with this movie being on Netflix, I had the option to watch it in 1.5 times speed, took advantage of that, and the movie was a bit better because I was able to feel as though not a whole lot of my time was being wasted. And I will say this much, the movie was slow and not a whole lot happens in the movie, but at least this movie wasn't over 2 hours. It was under 2 hours, hour 45. I appreciate that. Sadly, one issue that I had with this movie that really dragged it down is that I didn't really care about the characters really at all. Like, a couple of them I was a bit interested in where it was going in terms of the directions the story was headed towards. And this is a movie that's kind of told out of order, not in a Pulp Fiction type way or anything like that. It's kind of closer to we need to talk about Kevin or it ends with us, like something like that. That's how the story kind of tells itself. It's honestly closer to we need to talk about Kevin. And I didn't really like either of those movies, for the record. But this movie was more watchable than those two movies, if you ask me. And this movie had some poor editing choices at times, in the sense that scenes kind of just started and ended without any, like, connection to each other or momentum. It just felt like this is happening and that's happening. And none of it really felt organic to me. And with a title called I Used to Be Funny, there are points where our main character is trying to be funny because she's a comedian and they're trying to have funny moments, but I didn't find any of it funny. And I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. I think at the very least, some points it definitely is, but when it's doing like flashback stuff, it didn't really work for me. So, in a way, when it was trying to be funny or trying whatever, like it kind of half worked for me because it's not really an appropriate time for there to be a comedic moment. But at the same time, when it's trying to be funny and you're actually supposed to laugh, I didn't really connect with the joke. And I genuinely have no idea if this is the type of movie that'll get better upon multiple viewings because of its structure. I feel as though there might be more to get out of it if you were to watch it a second time, possibly, now that you know what's happening and the movie doesn't really tell you what's going on until the very end, why things are the way that they are. And once we get there, it is a bit interesting, but getting to that point feels like it's taking forever. And by the end of the movie, I just found myself thinking there isn't really a whole lot to talk about with this movie. Because after about halfway through the movie, I kind of stopped taking notes and just realized there's really nothing else to add in terms of like something that's noteworthy for me. And that's a bit sad in a sense. Like, it's kind of forgettable, but It's fine. You can watch it. It's not the worst thing to watch ever, I guess. Not the biggest waste of time, especially with it being on Netflix, for reasons I already said. And so, if you want to check this movie out, then go ahead. It's not terrible, but would I recommend it? No. I just got nothing out of it. So with all that being said, I'm going to give I Used to Be Funny a 5 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of I Used to Be Funny, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Memoir of a Snail. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.